All right, welcome back, lads and ladettes. Another beautiful morning here in the valley. Second week, 2 weeks lambing yesterday, so I thought I'd give you an update. We're in with the light 5-year-old ewes, twin ewes. I want to say probably 3/4 of all these have lambed. They're pumping them out this last week, so they are. Newborn over there. Oh, is that a peeping Tom over there through the fence? One of the whitehead cattle peeping through the fence, wondering what's going on. But yeah, seems to be a few more fresh ones since last night, since yesterday, and yeah, they're all doing pretty healthy. Picked up bugger all dead ones out of here. They're doing quite well. There's been great lambing weather. Picked up bugger all over in Charlie's flat, which is just across the gully there too. Last few days with a bit of a wettish time. We've only had 10 mil all up, probably max 10 mil. Some of the triplets have been picking up a few out of, mostly in the triplets. Twins haven't been too bad. Haven't been into the singles there in the gully here where the cow is. They're 50 odd singles up there. They're probably nearly finished, I'd say. These ones here going in for a wee suck. Picked up a few sets of triplets. Ewes, basically, I don't know. Pushed them out, they were licked. The whole shebang. They just, obviously, I don't know what it was going on, but yesterday wasn't too bad. The day before, picked up, there was a right few, Friday, picked up a right few then. Want to say probably 2 sets plus 1 or 2 off here and there. I lambed one on Friday. She had lambed one small wee lamb in the triplets, and she had 2 stuck coming out whenever I got to her Friday morning. One coming backwards, one with a breech, leg out and another leg back, I think it was. She was loose enough that I could pull one out, and then the second one basically came with it as well. But unfortunately, she obviously was that stressed trying to get that out. She passed away that Friday. Basically after that would have been the trauma of that. Like I say, I checked them Thursday evening. There was nothing more really, so that was just during the night, and that's the way things go now. That was Friday was a bad day for that, but yeah, not much we can do about it unless we sleep with them, and yeah, I kind of need me sleep at the minute, so but like I say, it's all a wee bit of rain high, and it makes a big difference. Didn't think it would have made that big of a difference, but it made a bit of a difference. Especially in the triplets. It has twins, no bother. But we'll go to the next paddock. This ewe here starting to walk away and leaving a lamb, and I don't really want that, so I am going to hop on the bike and we'll go to the next paddock because everything seems hunky-dory here. So. You can definitely tell the older lambs, like these 2 sets here, they're bruisers. Poll Dorset cross, they grow pretty well when the ewes have plenty of milk and there's a bit of grass about. In for their morning feed. And these are the light 4-year-old twins, I'm nearly sure. Yeah, and then the light singles, mixed stage singles, are next door. Seem to be picking up all right. They should be, because there's new grass, there's plenty of it. Still a few slow ones, dire looking ones, but They seem to be picking up. They're all full bellied. You can see they're starting to zoom in, starting to drop a bit. Just trying to pick them up for lambing. They're what, less than a month away from lambing. So it's a crucial time to try and get them up a condition score if we can. Like I say, winter's been so kind to us. We've had plenty of grass in the flats here. New grass is just bolting. So yeah, we're stocking up the flats just to try and keep them going. We'll probably bring them in another week or two. Pull out, basically redraft them, pull out the lighter ones or pull out the ones who have done well and put them somewhere else so it eases off the flat. Because yeah, like I say, winter's been kind, but it's gonna come in wet sometime. It's got to come in wet sometime. It can't keep going like this. So we're expecting in spring, basically probably in the busy time of year when we're trying to dock and crop and drench and all the rest. But yeah, we're utilising it now when we can, and now's the time to try and get them up to scratch, because once they lamb they'll lose a bit of condition too, feeding the lamb and stuff like that. Yous always do lose a bit of condition with the stress and stuff like that of lambing, and then feeding the lamb and trying to build their intake up as well, feeding wise, after, just like a human, after growing inside. It shrinks their stomach because it's putting pressure on them, so they eat less now, and then slowly build up. Cows the exact same. But yeah, that's the plan with them. And now the light singles, we'll have them here as well, just where they were down by the river on the flat. They've grazed the good stuff out of that, so we're letting that freshen up a bit for them. We'll probably lamb them down there, unless if we don't need some of these paddocks, we'll lamb them here, dock them, and then put them down there. But like I say, now's the time to do it, and we've got the space to do it, so we're doing it. Yeah, 3 weeks of good tucker and no stress, no walking to get food. They should be putting weight on their back pretty easy. Trying to build them up to condition score 2 or 2.5 if we can. It would be ideal. And like I say, the real light ones I'll pull off and keep them close so I can keep an eye on them and keep a check on them. And we're actually talking about maybe giving them a mineral drench. We kind of talked about it last week, but we're not sure. They're obviously lacking something. Grass is obviously lacking something to have this many lights, and we're not the only ones. And with the steers as well, it's a bit mind-boggling, to be honest. But we're thinking about giving these ones 2 paddocks mineral drench, because they're the light ones. And yeah, on landscape too, because they were the light 3-year-olds. Probably, yeah, maybe wait for another week and then pull out the real light ones and do them. But I think the sooner we do it, the better. It's dear, it's not cheap, that stuff, but I think it would give them a real good boost. And the steers probably need it too. But yeah, the steers are putting weight on. They're thriving well on the new grass. Compared to being on the hills, they would have been, probably would have lost a lot, I'd say, if we left them up there. But like I say, it's been a kind winter. We're able to do it, and I'm thankful and glad that it is so kind, because of the amount of stock that light stock that we have, to be honest. And yeah, they weren't pushed that hard, the steers. So I don't know what, must be just lacking something, I don't know. But I don't think we're the only ones in the same boat this year. Maybe it's just a dry autumn that, steers have, I don't know. I know the last number of years the steers are getting softer. We're getting lighter steers through winter, more and more every winter, and they're not last 2 years I've been feeding the village in the hills and the ring feeders too, so they haven't been short of grass or short of tucker, like, so yeah. But that's why we're going into cows, because the steers won't eat the roughage in the hills when they are hungry. But the cows are, so a few years and hopefully the hills will be nice and cleaned up, and it'll open the base up to get more fresh pasture for the ewes and lambs and stuff like that as well, which should help them as well. Well, if you let it get so thatchy, it's just basically dense thatch that's coming through, not fresh grass. So yeah, that's the only way you can do that, is basically graze it down with cattle. They seem to be the only ones that actually do well and actually graze it, so yeah. Anyway, we're in terrace, we'll keep going around here. I think I see a few new ones as well about, and yeah, and a couple of ducks. Oh, they're looking pretty good too. They've been in there a week. You can see round bellies on them, which is good. Good. Some of these are heavily pregnant, and I'm breeding ducks too by the look of it. Yeah, I'd say we're about halfway through, or just over, in 2 weeks. A few new babbies about. Oh, hi there. You sleeping? There's a new set there now. Come back and check you later to make sure you've done another one. You should have too. Good healthy lamb too. Good mummy licking. Good job, mummy. I'll leave you alone and check you later then. New grass here. It's coming on nicely. You can see a bit of a strip that was missed. That wasn't me either. Of course I'm going to say that. Nah, I'm not a drill man. A lot of lambs in here. What a cracking view from up here. All the flats. That's where we were back at the start. There's Mommy with a newborn. But I see something. Doesn't look good either. At least he's got one big healthy lamb. But yeah, I'd say that's the second lamb because it's quite yellow. This one here, I don't know now. Got quite a big head, so it's obviously got stuck and she got it pushed out, but she's licked it clean too. Big ram lamb. But at least she's got one, I suppose. But yeah, that one's obviously got stuck, but she's got it pushed out. You can tell by the swollen tongue and just the big head, swollen head. So, hi. Can't win them all, I suppose. That's the first one for today so far after doing the twins. So I suppose that's count me blessings. That's not too bad. But yeah, She obviously got stuck. It's been licked. She's a good mother, so she's licked it. So obviously not her fault. You can tell that they've still got the fluid and all the rest over them. Then she's just basically lammed it and got up and walked away, or she's concentrated. She's the type of mother that's concentrated on one, not both of them, if you know what I mean. So that's quite bad mothering instinct. You get it sometimes in the triplets too. Touch wood. It hasn't been done so far. Most of them that I've picked up have been licked, unless I've pulled them out, lambed them myself. But yeah, I had a question. Had a lovely big email from somebody over in the USA about the channel and watching it and stuff, and she had a question, or basically suggestion that a lot of people would know what the best position for a lamb to come out for lambing when I talk about a breech. So natural way for a lamb to come out is the two front feet first, and then the head in between, sitting on top. Kind of like basically they're funneling themselves out, so the 2 feet comes first and then the head sitting on top, and that's a lovely funnel for them to come through the cervix and out the other end. So basically anything that's obscured from that would be a breech. So if there's a foot back, head back, 2 feet back, head back, 2 feet coming backwards is a breech. Anything at all, anything that's not the natural way of coming is what we call a breech. And sometimes, like I say, they'll get them out, like this one here unfortunately didn't survive, but she got it out. If they're a big loosey ewe. Other times they won't, because depending what way they're coming, if they're a breech, like the one that I lambed on the first started lambing, the head and 1 foot was coming, but another foot was basically stuck up and pushing into the pelvis bone, hip bone. So when that happens, that's sore for them, and they feel it, and then they stop pushing because it's too sore for them, uncomfortable. Things like that, that's when you need to go in and give them a hand, because they stop pushing. Obviously this was coming, but it wasn't hurting her and she kept pushing. Like I say, a good mother, she'd licked it, the whole shebang, just obviously didn't survive. And a few others like that the it could be coming naturally, 2 feet and a head, but they could be quite tight, and they've basically pushed that much that they push the legs, they get tight, they get tight after they get the head out, and they're clamping around the front shoulder blades, I suppose you could say, and they push the front shoulders back, or the legs kind of back, which means that it's making the lamb bigger and not funneling, and they'll stop pushing then too. Sometimes all it takes is a pull of one leg and she'll spit the lamb out. If you catch me drift, I don't know how you'd explain that, but basically 2 feet's coming and the head's coming, but they basically they're pushing that much. So they're pushing that much that they kind of clamp on the shoulder blades, and they're actually pushing the legs backwards because they're so tight. Even though it's coming the right way, they still won't birth that because it's too sore. But like I say, all it takes is just a wee pull with the leg, and they'll spit them out. That's why I do a lambing beat on the flats, because I can see them. And seagulls are the biggest pest, and magpies are the biggest pest, hawks as well, but hawks won't attack young lambs. Seagulls will attack live lambs. Magpies will attack live lambs. Touch wood, I've only had about 3 seagulls flying around this year compared to about a couple of hundred last year. So I haven't actually had many attacks yet. but the seagull will go for basically the umbilical cord, and they'll just keep pulling and pulling, and then sometimes they will strip the carcass completely, the whole insides out, because it's so soft and obviously tasty or something, I don't know. They'll go for the eyes, they'll go for the tongue, the hooves, the backside, and basically all they leave is the legs and the basically the skeleton. That's it. Sometimes the ribs too, because they're nice and soft. If you have a weak lamb that's been born, or especially the triplets here, she's birthed one, she's round licking the other, or licking it. The seagulls will be standing there looking at the other one or the two that she's lambed before, and if they're a bit weak or whatever and she doesn't see them, they'll try it, so they will. They're cunning, so they are, yeah. I've seen them, I've had one so far this year that they've done, a weak lamb that I've seen being born in the twins. At the end of the laneway, we were doing stock work, and I checked her, came up, got the sheep into the yards, and lo and behold, I seen a seagull diving right down, two of them right into it, and by the time I got down there, yeah, it didn't survive. It was a live lamb. Mother was concentrating on the other lamb rather than that one, and yeah, they're a pest. We can't do anything about them. Seagulls, they're endangered in New Zealand here for some reason. I do not know why. We're not allowed to shoot them, we're not allowed to poison them, we're not allowed to do anything with them. We just have to let them keep at it, and that's, around here, that's the scourge for sheep farmers, is seagulls, mainly. And then if the seagulls are at it, the magpies will swoop in and do it too. But yeah, there's not much you can do about it. If you can keep picking up the deads and all the rest, it's a big help, but at the same time, they're still about. Like I say, it's been quite good weather, so it hasn't been too bad so far, but at the same time, it's only a matter of time. I can see them coming in for the maternal ones when they do, but anyway, we'll carry on. That's us done here now, so we will go to the triplets, and yeah, we'll catch us when we're feeding the nuts. Talking about seagulls, there's one there. Couldn't get the phone out quick enough, but it was over there somewhere, so there's obviously one that hasn't made it either, but these are going well, so they are lambing wise. Oh yeah, there you go, starting to take into a newborn. There's mommy living over there somewhere, so yeah, seagulls, they're starting the eyes, they've started with the tongue, picking at the skin to get through, they've done the umbilical cord, yeah, obviously got there in good time, but that's yeah, there's newborns over there too. They're just a scourge, absolute scourge. That's just the height of it. You don't know if that was living as they come out. I would say it probably was by the look of it, but yeah, you just don't know unless you see them doing it themselves. But they're an absolute pain in the ass, to be honest. Like I say, I've only got 3, thankfully, so far flying around, maybe 2 today, but last year was just unbelievable. 200 of them, and we can't do anything about them. And yeah, most of the lambs were touched that I was picking up last year by them, so they were. So there's actually quite a few fresh ones. Fresh one here, fresh one over there. Looks like there's a dead one there too. Fresh one down here as well. That's 4 overnight. That's pretty good. That'll be over half his lamb then, girlies. These ones waiting for their nuts. Yeah, but get the nuts fed out and we'll take a drive round and see what else is happening. This cheeky bugger here going in for a suck, and it's not even his mommy. I know it's not his mommy. There you go. She's realised now his mommy's walking away. That's a good mother. protecting our lambs from it, knowing what's theirs. Now he's going to have to try and find Mummy now, which is over there. Did you? 3 healthy lambs. He's coming to me for. I'm not your mummy. Mummy's there somewhere. So yeah, you knows what's her lamb by the smell of it. Once the lamb starts drinking the milk, their scent is in that milk that they know, and it goes through the lamb. So if you see a ewe sniffing their backsides, you know why. She's just making sure that that's their lamb having a suck, rather than the cheeky lamb like that's trying to go in for a suck. He's very noisy this morning. Your mummies are over there having a feed. Very noisy. There's the joys of stopping too, because they get mismothered a wee bit, and then you start the bike up and they just run after the noise, and that's it. There's a whole gang of them here. Bit of peace and quiet, and they can hear Mommy and they'll be away. Look at these bruisers here. They're definitely getting well fed from the milk of Mommy from the nuts too. So, but yeah, take a drive round this paddock and see what else is happening. Yeah, had our first quads here last night too. I think it was number 2. I seen them bouncing after Mummy. 4 of them, pretty even size, so hopefully they survive the night. And I'll see how they're doing. I might pull one off. I generally do with quads because Mummy only has 2 tits and it's not much milk for, especially the guzzlers will clean her out, and then the wee ones won't get it, and then they're slowly losing weight. Because they're not getting enough milk and stuff, so, and they're not strong enough to push the other lambs off. So yeah, I just have to keep an eye on them. Like I say, if I find them, I'll show you, and I'll decide whether to take one off or not. So, but triplets aren't too bad. Generally, they're not too bad. But 4 is too much. Yeah, there's no point coming back to me. I'm not your mummy. Listen for your mummy. Chaos this morning. Oh well. Yeah, go back to Mummy. Go on. Go back to Mummy. Mummy's there. You're a big one. She's got a wee one there. And then this is what was left. That's what the seagull does. Picks the eyes out, tongue, top of the mouth. Because it's all nice and soft and all the rest. So that's the way sometimes you find the lambs, and other times it's even worse. But there's only 2, obviously they're not fighting over stuff and all the rest, not hungry. While if there's a heap of them there that have that pretty much cleaned out to the skeletons of the wood. Haven't had any of that this year, I don't think. Can't remember. But yeah, they're vicious. They're vicious. Pain in the backside, like I say, and I'm not the only one either. There's plenty of farmers around here that have the exact same problem. Hills aren't too bad because they're sheltered, I think. I don't know. I only go around the hills when they start lambing every week, just to have a catch up, because the more you drive around there, the more you disturb. If you try and catch one that you see, you're going to disturb 6 or 7 others, and you're going to have to take a dog with you to try and catch it. And if they see a dog at all or hear the bike up there, they just run because they're not used to it. They're scared. They think that they're going to stress because they think that they're going to get shifted and chased and stuff like that. Seagull over here too, catching something I see. But yeah, it's just the flats because they get used to the bike and they can't go far away from the lambs and stuff like that. While up in the hills, you can cause a lot of hassle, a lot of problems you can just by going up there. So generally you pick a nice day around mid-morning or after lunchtime, go up there with full sun and just drive around, have a nosy, pick up any deads that you see, and then yeah, just let them carry on. It's the only thing that works really, and at least then if you disturb any, they've got the rest of the afternoon to mother up and so on. So but yeah, like I say, the flats no bother because they're used to the bike, plus these are trumpets, so they're used to the bike. They come running to me because they're looking for the nuts, like this one here. There. She's looking more. You've already had your fill. Anyway, carry on. And yeah, see what else is happening. Oh boy, it's not a great morning. It's two here that I'm seeing. And I'll show you here if you can see it. That long string, where is it? Where's my hand there? Long string, right along. That's the intestine out of a lamb. That's what the seagull was pulling at. Yeah, they just go for the whole inside because it's nice and soft and obviously tasty and all the rest. And this lamb here has the back leg gone. It's went from the inside, from the leg, the back, it went from the back side in, and that's where the intestines come out. That's the full intestine out basically. So yeah, that's an older lamb too. Maybe a few days old, that lamb. So they're vicious animals. Like I say, if that was a weak lamb, they would have just swooped in and attacked it. If mommy wasn't, if it was just lying there sleeping and it didn't hear it, that's how they do that. Yeah, you just don't know. It might have died overnight and that's what they did, and or else it was a weak lamb, and yeah, mommy was just away grazing and the other lambs got away and it didn't. So yeah, it's hard to swallow sometimes, but that's the reality of lambing here. Like I say, I'm not the only one through it, but I hope you get the gist of seagulls are not nice birds. If they stayed at the beach, it'd be the best place for them because they're not here. But yeah, like I say, I'm just thankful there's only a few here and not 200 like last year, because I'd say it'd be a lot worse. It would. I think I've got a few more than 3 today now. There's about a dozen there. That's probably why. That there's a right few lamb dinner this morning. There's one there, one over by the fence, another one there, a couple in the middle. I think that's my quads through the fence there. There's one back there too, lambed. All go, busy night so it was. Yeah, journey takes a couple of weeks for them to get into it, so it does. It's always the way, like, but give it this week, I'd say 90% of them will be lamb now. Go back to your mummies. I'm not your mummy. Oh, there's a bruiser. That'll be a single there. Look at it. That's pumping along. There's some decent lambs in here. 2-week old, you can definitely tell. Look at those ones. No, pretty happy. Happy camp. Chasing me down for the nuts. There he is. Most of these have landed, and the quads down there, I think. So, I think those wee ones where I'm at. There, the right hand side one. I think they're my quads. Yeah, there you go. All even size. Look at this bruiser here. Oh wee. You're a big single, aren't you? Yeah. Not bad, not bad. Growing pretty well. That'll be probably 2 weeks old. I think they're 2 weeks old. The size of them, they're doing well. Obviously quite interesting how much feed value there is in these nuts. When you see the lambs from the ewes that are that love it. I'm doing this one-handed. There's not much in the bag. But they're into it. They just love it. Yeah, there's our quads over there by the fence. And these triplets were born yesterday, by the look of them. We won't disturb her too much. They look quite full, all of them. I'm just glancing over them there. But there's one. Oh, where are you? There's one wee one there. Round the front of her there. If you can see it. I'll zoom in. There's one wee one there. It looks quite toty compared to the rest of them. With the dirt around it now. That one there trying to go in now. That's the smallest out of them all. The other three are pretty even, so I might pull it off. Oh, that other one's pretty small too. They're all pretty small when you see them. But like I say, I'll just keep an eye on them. I'll probably check them tonight and make a decision. But yeah, they're all healthy, going. It's just basically, do I want a rear lamb or not? Like I say, I'll make a decision this evening. What are you coming to me for? Pretty quiet. Not many of you in New Zealand would come that close to you. Amazing what a few nuts do. These ones hanging out over there, enjoying life. Now, hopefully that's an interesting thing to see around the lambing 2 weeks later. There's quite a few lambs there. I'll probably feed these for another week with nuts. Once the thick of lambing's over, and then I'll probably just stop. Oh, your quad mummy's looking for the nuts too. She's coming over. The lambs must be quite happy because they're actually fit to run after. So yeah, it's good to see. There's none that are pretty slow. They're bolting. I don't know if you'll be fit to see it there or not, but they're following. But anyway, yeah, bit of a mixed bag today with the lambs and stuff, but it gives you an insight of what we have to deal with lambing, as well as the seagulls and stuff like that, the vermin. They're the main scourge, so does the seagulls. But we can't do anything about it. They're endangered. We'll get fined if we do anything about them. So yeah, that's the downside about it, like. But yeah, like I say, we just have to make the most of it with the ones that are here and carry on and do the best we can, and that's basically it. So we will catch us in the next one.